So I have just seen the artifacts of Tutankhamun. I can't take pictures inside, so I'm speaking outside. In the aftermath of the great artifacts, I came here 8 years ago and I was so astonished by what I've seen. The gold mask is very famous, but the other artifacts are equally astonishing. The detailed design of the artifacts are so meticulously constructed that they are reminded of the almost perfect geometrical arrangements of the pyramids. So you see a continuation of a sense of geometric aesthetics, if you like, of ancient Egypt. On top of that, they had the audacity of expressing the boldness and bravery symbolized by the cobra snake and falcon bird, as well as several god images of God, wishes. And so this is apotheosis, literally, an apotheosis of what were great in ancient Egypt, and in it we find many different elements, a culmination of many years of endeavors in which different aspects of artifact making were developed. The testimony to which we observe in this great museum. But on top of that, we have something that goes beyond that. And that is when the individual elements merge into a sublime next level. And that is what is embodied in this room, in the treasures of Tutankhamun. And on top of that, I need to emphasize the fact that we are witnessing a labor of love, something that comes from pure love. People's lamentation of the young king who passed away prematurely. He was probably very beautiful, handsome, but also had an inner light, which probably could be compared to Hikaru Genji and the Teiro Genji in Japanese tradition. So there's something that is deeply moving about what they did with their heart when they try to express their love for this really beautiful young king. And mind you, they didn't mean it to be exhibited like this. I mean, they buried the tomb, so they didn't think that anybody else would see these artifacts. So that is the beauty of this artifacts. But probably that is true for many of our expressions. When we express something, we don't necessarily expect them to be seen by some living souls. When I speak, I don't know how my words will be taken. So that, I think, is the beauty of the treasures of Tutankhamun, and that is actually a universal significance of all our expressions. So beautiful. So I have seen artifacts of Tutankhamun for the second time, and I thought that this is his afterlife. The artifacts, the gold mask and the coffin, covered with such detailed and nuanced expressions of life and death. This is his afterlife. There's nothing else. I mean, people might say that these were expressions about afterlife, how the peoples at the time imagined the afterlife to be. But from a point of view, this is actually the afterlife. The concrete, materialistic expression dedicated to the king, labors of love. This is King Tutankhamun's afterlife. And on top of that, I think, when somebody passes away, as long as we remember him or her, he or she is not entirely dead. Our afterlife is how people remember us. So this is how we remember Tutankhamun, the young king. And the artifacts are entry points for our thoughts about the young king. So in that double meaning, the artifacts found in that space are King Tutankhamun's afterlife. When you think like that, there are many, many things to be said about afterlife in today's world. Ricky Gervais's comedy drama series Afterlife has probably a statement on that principle. And I'm really happy to have witnessed King Tutankhamun's afterlife in this museum in Cairo, the great capital of the great nation of Egypt. And I thank all the people who have made this possible for me to appreciate the life of King Tutankhamun, including, of course, Howard Carter, who played a pivotal role in the excavation and discovery of this very important artifact. So, anyway, so I have seen the remnants of the King Tutankhamun for the third time, and I realized that together with the mummy, the artifacts give you a complete expression for the afterlife of this young king. The mummy is a testimony to the king in flesh, a young king who lived and died, who lived and loved maybe. But, just having the mummy is probably not enough. We need to have the artifacts as well in order to have a satisfactory depiction of the afterlife that is fitting for the magnificent young king. So I think it was a genius of the peoples of ancient Egypt to come up with this formula where you have the mummy and all these really brilliant, grandiose, beautiful, subtle, nuanced expressions of the afterlife. So the afterlife of King Tutankhamun becomes complete when you combine these two elements, mummies and artifacts. So that is the thought with which I leave this great museum. Next time, probably I will see these artifacts in the Great Egyptian Museum, which is being completed. And I'm looking forward to many more inspirations while I go about this life. But all of us would be, sooner or later, come to terms with the afterlife. And so, really ingenious form of afterlife in the depiction of young passed away King Tutankhamun's life is a great inspiration for us. I saw King Tutankhamun's mummy in the Valley of the Kings yesterday, and together with what I've seen here, my heart is filled with deep inspirations, which I will carry back to my day-to-day life from here.